Hey guys, Master X 1907 here. Wishing you a happy new year. It's the 2nd of January and I haven't made a video in a while. I'm sorry. But here's a deck tech for you. For everybody that's watched Janara and stuff like that and Burmaz, King of Kings. I bring you Talrand, the Sky Summoner. Now, he's mostly made for casting instants and sorceries and getting 2/2 drakes that can fly over people's heads. It's pretty awesome. I love my instants and sorceries. By the way, sorry for the glare for some of these foils. It's crazy. But let's get started. Now, I have the same artwork for 20 of these lands. It's made by Richard Wright. He's amazing at his artwork. I love the City of Ravnica with full art of islands. I wish they were full art foils. But Ravnica didn't make those, unfortunately. And Return to Ravnica wasn't really the greatest with bringing full arts. So we have 2 snow-covered islands, which some people run that lens thing. And 7 full arts, which I really don't care for. So I just need to find out. I just need to find a place that has 7 more of those Richard Wright artworks, or at least find somebody that has like 5 of them and 2 snow covers, so I can swap with it. I have a Mystifying Maze, a Hallmer Deaths, a Nykthos Shrine of Nyx. That's amazing when you want to cast stuff. Crazy stuff like instant sorceries with all the drakes and all the creatures. Maze of It, just a better maze. Way better. I got that as a cheap thing. Well, it's rough conditions, so that's how I got it. It's cheaper. Reliquary Tower, because blue needs your hand size be unlimited. Mooning Rise Islands. It allows me to top basically without Sensei's Divine Top. We're getting to the Planeswalkers, guys. This is where the bread and butter is. The most expensive, well, one of the most expensive cards in Magic the Gathering. It used to be the most expensive, but Jace the Mind Sculptor, Jace Architect of Dot, full art custom Jace the Living Guild Pack. I got it for like on Amazon for cheap. Jace Unravel of Secrets, DCI copy, pretty awesome. Teferi Temple Archmage, Tamiyo, Spanish Tamiyo. We're going to the artifacts now, guys. Sorry about it. I have these all set up to where I wanted to, but I mind blanked for a second. Elixir of Immortality. Primal Amulet, which allows me, when it flips, to copy my instants and sorceries. Sphinx Bone Wand. Haven't played it really. I might take it out of this deck. Our Chroma's Memorial. Really great for your Drake tokens. Gives you flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, and haste, and pro red, pro black. We're going to get into the instants now. I love my foils, so you can see how foily my deck is, basically. Jace Intuitivity draws me 3 cards. Cyclonic Rift, a must for every EDH deck that plays blue, I tell you. My friend, I played Merfolks and Elves in Melmere Vig, and my friend searched my deck, and it's like, why don't you have a Cyclonic Rift, Chris? Well, now, Kyle, I have it in almost every deck. So there you go. Disallow. Pack 1, pick 1. Back in Kaladesh when I drafted a little bit, I pulled a Baral Pack 3, so I got to play it a little bit. But I picked it up just because I needed a foil counterspell, of course. It's a Stifle as well. You'll see Stifle in a few seconds. Spell Crumple, another counterspell. Crippling Chill basically gives me a card. Forbid. It's a buyback. I discard 2 cards if I don't really need them, like islands. are when planeswalkers were not allowed to be out on this in the same time frame if they had the name Jace. So yeah, but now you can play planeswalkers anytime you like, and I can discard 2 islands and counter a target spell to get it back. Cryptic Command, another must. If you want to swing out wide, tap all creatures and draw a card, or if you need to bounce a creature of yours, say like you have a Craterhoof Behemoth and you want to play it again, bounce it, boom, play it again, double damage, yay. Which he's not in this deck, of course, he's green. Rewind, counter target spell, untapped up to 4 lands. Great if you want to play extra things. Irtai's Meddling, it gives me delay counters. If I want to counter somebody's spell or make their spell irrelevant, or not their spell, but their counter or their counter really irrelevant. It works out. Swan Song, late edition add-in. Didn't know how powerful it was until I pulled it out of a pack. Mystic Tutor, always search up an instant, like Force of Will. Force of Will, fun story behind this card. I basically went to the Orlando GP for Dragons of Tekir, and I traded all my Siege Rhinos and any card I had, literally any card, to Star City Games buy listing, and thank God they had a rough play of a Force of Will, and I got it for like $10 after all said and done. I was amazed. Fact or Fiction, always fun. Revealed top 5 cards. Hinder. I love the play on words of the people. Of the lips of an angel. Spy Network. It's a fun card. I get a look at player's hand. It gives me a Drake, basically. Plus, I love the reverse foil of it. Logic Knot. I can delve my instances that I don't need. Rethink. It just pisses them off when I make them rethink their Harl or what is it? Craterhoof. Stifle. Pulled it in a pack. Was so happy. It was in Conspiracy. I was like, I don't know how to play it, but it's so foily. I'm like, oh yeah. Brainstorm, signed by the original artist. Same time I went up to GP Orlando. I don't know if it was Dragons to Cure or if it was another GP I went to, but I've been to 2 GPs in Orlando. Capsize with buyback. It gives you a reason to return something to the owner's hand. Last Word, way amazing, and it is so sick foil. I hope they reprint the same artwork again. It just deserves it. Don't change it, Wizards. And we're in our sorceries. We have a Temporal Mastery. It's amazing. I don't know how I got it, like if I pulled it or not, but I got it signed at a GP in Orlando. What I do is I literally just walk up to them, and I have my bag with me and my trade binder, and I literally like, oh hey, you signed that card. I think I have that card. Perfect. Let's all do the time warp again. Write a replication. Hey, give me that Craterhoof Behemoth. Thank you. Time stretch. That'd take 2 extra turns. Thank you. Oh, look. It does an exile. I'll shuffle back my library. Oh, look. Time stretch again. Oh, sweet. Treasure Cruise. Dragons to Kira, of course. Delve and draw 3 cards. A little better than Jace's Ingenuity, but you know, hey. I have a part of the Waterveil's full art, but I also recently pulled a foil Spanish part the waterveils. And I wanted to ask you guys in the comments down below, which one should I do? Which one should I put in this deck? And another one, and the other one's going into another deck, of course. But it's up to you guys. Just let me know, but later down below, okay? Cool. Basically, the Awaken doesn't really do anything for me. I just cast it for an extra turn. Temporal Mastery. Of course, you can tell. There's a lot of extra turn cards here. And this is one of the best ones. You can pay 1 and a blue, and you can cast it for its miracle cost to take an extra turn. Which you have to exile that one, unfortunately. Curse of the Swine. If you've ever seen the tokens for this guy, the boars, they're so cute. They have little boots on their feet. I don't have a token for you guys to show, so if you pull up Wizards of the Coast, shouts out to them. You'll see how cool they are. Beacon of Tomorrows, which I should have put all my extra turn cards together, but oh well. It's just basically take an extra turn. Shuffle Beacon of Tomorrow into its library. Yay! Desertion. Counter target spell if it's an artifact or summon spell, which is called a creature. Basically, I can put it under my control. Washout. It's just one of the just an extra Cyclonic Rift, basically. But I have to choose the color, so it doesn't hurt somebody of my allies if I'm playing with allies at the time. Which, fair note, 4-player EDH is for funsies, but at times you don't want to be anybody's friends, like mono blue, because everybody's going to be better than me. Favorable wins. Hint, 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 hint. Talrand Drakes, favorable wins. Auto include if you guys want to play mono blue Talrand. Counterbalance, fun card, expensive foil. I wish it was cheaper foil. I would buy one immediately. Wizards of the Coast, please reprint it. It's not in your what do you call it? Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about, like Lotus, Black Lotus and stuff like that, and Mox Opal and Mox Ruby and Mox Sapphire, Mox I don't know what else there is. Aether Barrier. It's a fun card. It's whenever player plays a creature spell, that player sacrifices a permanent unless he or she pays 1. By far, big dicks, basically. All the dicks in your face if you play that card. Stand Still. Not really the key to the CDH deck, but it gives me extra cards. If somebody's stupid enough to not realize standstills on the battlefield. And each opponent plays extra, like draws 3 cards together. It all matters on who's what. This was signed by Heather Hudson, the original artist. I bought that for maybe $5-10. I don't remember. Zur's Wielding. Crazy card. I'll let you guys read that for a few seconds. There you go. Propaganda. Would you like to pay 2 to attack me? Quiet Contemplation. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may pay 1. If you do, tap target creature an opponent controls. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Basically, a Frost Titan, but an enchantment. Rhystic Study. I don't remember how I got this foil, but it's foil. Ooh, and it's whenever your opponent plays a spell, you may draw a card unless that player pays 1. Alright. Now we are at the creature spells. These are fun creatures to me. I am not going to be all wizards. It's just my choice. It's 15 minutes into this video. I choose to be cool and have fun. And some people just never see this little guy called Bubbling Beebles. Oops, as I hit the... Bubbling Beebles is unblockable as long as target player controls an enchantment. Just look at that artwork. It's so cute. I have the second card. I have the other Beebles card, but I don't know if I put it into this EDH deck or not. It's signed, by the way, by Jeff. I met him. He's pretty cool. Another GP, of course. I've only been 2 GPs. Stormtide Leviathan. Auto include to mono blue. As long as your creatures have flying and it works with Talrand. Just basically say, hey, Talrand, auto include. Royal Elemental. This guy screws over everybody that plays either elves, slivers, or goblins. By far, amazing. Now we're at the wizards. These wizards, I just feel, do something for the EDH deck that makes it worth my while. They're not many. Actually, they make up probably 8 cards, maybe, I think. So, yeah. So, here we go. Patron Wizard. I can tap an untapped wizard I control, counter target spell. It works great because I have Blue Mage Mentor, and basically whenever I counter a spell, I get a 1/1 blue merfolk, and I can tap 7 merfolks and counter target spell. It doesn't really get there that often, but you know, hey. Memnarch. He's just Memnarch. He's a wizard. I feel he should just be in the deck because he's a wizard. You're a wizard, hey? Jace Vernon Prodigy. Pulled it from a pack. It's a wizard. He's also a planeswalker. He's pretty cool. Academy Elite. I haven't really played with it because I usually shuffle my library. I might pull it out of the deck. I've been considering putting another Jace into the deck. Maybe this one or the one from Ixalan. I don't exactly know. But let me know down below. It's tough to figure out really with what to remove, what not to remove kind of thing. Saratami Servant, Moonfolk Wizard. Yes, you heard it right. Moonfolk, not merfolk. Moonfolk are really rare in Magic the Gathering. There's not really many of these cards, unfortunately. There should be a whole cycle of Moonfolks. I can return a land and counter target spell unless it's person pays 3. Fencer, Shaper Savant, has flash. And can return target creature, target spell or permanent to its owner's hand. Oops. As my cards fall down a little bit while pulling the cards. We're down to the last 3 cards, guys. After this one. Baral, Chief of Compliance. Basically, another good question, another good general if you want to. Instant sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less, and whenever a spell or ability you control counters a spell, you may draw a card and then discard a card. My last GP, the second one, I circled around trying to find a pre-release foil of it, and I was lucky enough to find one. Those are surprisingly rare. even though a lot of people are telling me that Brawl foiled is rare in itself, more than the pre-release. Dawson of Perfection gives me, when I cast Instant Sorceries, gives me a 1/1 blue human wizard token. And then it allows them to have flying, I believe, at the back of it. Yes. You get +2/+1 and it has flying. So he was a must when I was deciding wizards. Well, going to decide to put more wizards in the deck. Paragon of Gathering Mist. It gives my creatures +1/+1. And it also can give a creature flying, but almost all my creatures have flying, so. And the big daddy of them all, Snapcaster Mage. I paid for it to be signed twice. I kind of regret it, but they're like, oh, it's going to look so amazing, silver and black. I'm like, fine, I'll do it. This is when I had a little bit more money to spend these days. This is my second copy of Snapcaster Mage. My first copy I pulled out of an Innistrad pack, and I literally said out loud, oh, this card's not that good. Who would play it? And yeah, needless to say, there's a lot of people that play this card. And that's it, guys. That's my Talrand deck, Talrand Sky Summoner deck, all together. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you guys next time with probably another EDH deck, or who knows? Up to you. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you want to know, what you like to see, what you like to do. I've had a lot of videos, boom, and I've had some videos just go, yeah. So, let me know. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.